Shander64 here today, and we're going to be doing an unboxing of Bucky O'Hare. You may ask yourself, what is Bucky O'Hare? Who is that? Well, Bucky O'Hare was an old NES game back in the early 90s / 80s. I'm going to say more 90s. I think people associate Bucky more in the early 90s. And it was a cartoon series, I believe a comic as well, and I remember from my childhood. A lot of people might not recall, especially in today's age, but Ollie's has been getting the older Bucky O'Hare figures in the past couple years, the reissues / remake, remolds, whatever you want to call them. They're not the originals, but they're basically reissue, remakes, remolds, whatever you want to call them. And I was able to pick some up, so I did my last pickup video showing them, but this one I did add to it. We got Bucky himself there, Stealth Mission Bucky O'Hare. So, cool looking figure. We picked him up. Deadeye Duck. We're gonna open him up here. And the last one, we got Jenny. So, cool figures. This is the whole line of this set right here, which I haven't seen all of them. I don't believe I've seen the other Jenny. There's First Mate and then the Projection Jenny. I don't think I've seen the First Mate one, so I'm still on the lookout for that one. So, but these are really cool looking figures, and they're done by a company called, what is this? I never heard of this company. Boss Fight Studio. That's interesting. Like I said, this is all new to me. I never heard of this company, and they seem pretty solid figures overall, so let's open them up and see what we have. So we got these Bucky O'Hare figures open, and I'm half and half on them. Let's start with Jenny. So I changed out the eyes already with kind of a winking eye. I thought that was really cool. Very nice head movement. Nice joints, the way they move around. They're not loose, but they're not too tight like the NECA figures. But a lot of nice moving all the way around for arms, everything else. Nice posability, and I love that face. Like, I don't know, the eyes winking, I thought that was really cool looking. She'd look really good on the shelf, kind of posing, or however you want to have her look. So, huge tail in the back, very big hair. She did come with alternate faces. They don't do the head swaps, they do like an eye swap. So, I believe one of these was the original one that she did come with. I think it was more of a happy one, because like I said, I did switch it out. Oh, and here's another one. Second happy one. I did switch it out with like the winking one. I thought the winking one was really cool. And of course you got additional hands. I mean, their hands, they are. And these nice little like projectiles you can kind of put in their hand or whatever. So I'm curious to kind of get these all set up and see how they look with her. So cool figure. Now we're gonna go on the one that I'm not as thrilled about. Deadeye Duck, and he's cool. I mean, this is a really cool looking figure. I was excited to open this guy up, but then I was kind of trying to move him around a little. So you think for having all these arms, you think they'd be really bendable, posable. The arms don't really bend that well, and like they don't really move. Like they're kind of like, you can move them up and down like all around stuff, but they don't, like, there's no really joints to bend them. Same way with his legs really don't bend. They're kind of like still. So he's still cool. Like I said, I think they dropped the ball a little bit with this character. I think he could have had a little more kind of, I don't know, posability, I could say, like you want to do with him. And he, of course, came with all gadgets, everything else, hands, and instead of faces, he came with different duck bills. So you got one here, it's kind of a closed one, and then you got kind of like a grin looking one, like a mean looking one. So now we're gonna get into the coolest figure that I think in the set that I've got so far. The Stealth Mission Bucky. He's got his cool cape on the back, cool looking blue. Head moves really nice if you want different positions on him. The arms move well, legs move well. And the best way to describe these characters, I would say these are more on scale with the Playmates figures. So if we're thinking Playmates, we're thinking like TMNT, 90s, 80s, like that scale. And that's what these are to replicate, because back in the 90s when they had these figures, for a short time they did in the TV show, the game and stuff, it was kind of like a, I don't want to say it was a rip-off of TMNT, but you know, everyone was ripping off TMNT back then. You had Biker Mice from Mars, you had Street Sharks, you had a lot of different series come out of nowhere, and they were all trying to ride off the TMNT coattail. That's my opinion. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's the way I view everything in the 90s just about. But he is really cool. I am digging these figures, and I say that a lot because a lot of the time I feel like if I can't get a vibe of the figure, I won't even buy it, but these are really cool. And he did come with different faces. So to kind of compare side by side, it's not much of a difference on that one. He's got a little buck teeth there. that one, mouth's kind of open a little more, you can see there up close. And of course he came with different hands, which the gloves are attached on the hand, so it's kind of like a glove hand. And of course he's got his little weapons he came with, so, but he's a great looking figure. I'm digging Bucky the most out of all three of these. If you like Bucky, comment down below what you like about these figures. If you're liking these, if you think they're worth the price, like I said, I think of, what did I pay for these? $5.99 to 15% off on the Ollie Day deals, and I think they're worth that price. I think they're definitely worth $5, $6, $7 in that price range. Once you start going above like 15, 12, 13, I don't see the value in these figures. Not once you start going up there. I mean, for the price that these are at Ollie's though, these are great. And these are cool to add to any game room / action figure room collection you want to have, or even if you want to put in the scale of like even NECA figures and so on, like if you want to have them with them. And it got me thinking about cool lines that they could be doing with these. So I don't get why no one's really capitalized on this, and I'm excited because there's finally figures coming out of it. But Battletoads is one of the biggest franchises that no one has really messed with, and like I feel like there's so much money there. And if you go to Big Bad Toy Store, they have the figures up for pre-order, and I actually just pre-ordered them this week because I'm like, I saw Mad Hatter on YouTube did a review on them, and I'm like, these are cool, I'm digging one. So he did get the first one that came out, and I think they're cool looking. Like I said, they're a little bigger scale than these guys. I mean, they're a little more bang for your buck. I think they're upwards like $60 about, but they're cool looking figures. And I'm finally happy, it's happening. Happy that this is happening. So that's Bucky O'Hare. So if you like the video, comment down below what you like about it. Like the video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you like content like this. Nintendo, NECA, TMNT, game room. You can see what's all around me here. What I live with every day, I guess you could say. Pavo's here somewhere. I got tons of shorts of him. He's a TMNT nut. He might like Bucky though. He was sniffing these figures quite a bit when I was opening them, so he might get into Bucky. We never know. Maybe we'll pop the old NES game in and play it. So you never know. And ring the bell. You always get notifications when I have new videos come out, and which is periodically, randomly. I at least try to do 1 to 2 a week. So if you do ring the bell, you can always get the notifications when new ones come out. Do figure unboxings, video game stuff, all the good stuff. So if you like that stuff, give a good old subscribe. And until next time, I guess these Bucky O'Hare figures now are gonna say, cowabunga.